Have you ever wondered if some myths about giants could be true? Throughout history, incredibly tall people, some over 8 feet tall, have actually existed. These stories of real giants are not only found in legends, but also in medical and historical records. In this video, we'll delve into the lives of these impressive figures and learn about the challenges and struggles they faced in a world that seemed too small for them. Stay tuned to the end to discover the fascinating stories behind each of these giants. Robert Wadlow, as mentioned above, was the tallest man ever recorded in modern history, standing at 9 feet 7 inches tall. Born in a small town in the United States, he quickly became a public figure. Robert's size, however, came at a price. He had to wear special leg braces and suffered from a number of health problems. Even so, Robert maintained a gentle spirit and was known for his humility. He traveled the country on tour as a kind of gentle giant who charmed and inspired people. Robert is a reminder of how real-life giants are often giants in character as well. It wasn't just men who defied the average height. In China, Zheng Jinlian was born in 1964 and quickly gained attention for her rapid growth. She reached 2.48 meters tall, becoming the tallest woman on record. Unlike Wadlow, Zheng's story is a little sadder, as her gigantism prevented her from leading a normal life. At just 17 years old, she had already lost much of her mobility and was facing serious respiratory problems. Her life was short, but Zheng is still remembered as an example of the complexity and difficulties that gigantism can bring, especially for women. Born in 1881, Edouard Beaupré was known as the Canadian Giant and grew to be 8 feet tall. He was a phenomenon at the time and soon became a popular attraction at circuses and fairs. Edouard, however, was not just a giant. He had astonishing strength and was often challenged to lift entire horses as part of his act. But like many giants in history, his health was always at risk. He died at the young age of 23 from a combination of respiratory problems and complications from gigantism. His short, extraordinary life is a portrait of the fascination and hardships these people faced. Another giant who made history was Angus MacAskill, a Scotsman born in 1825. Standing at around 2.36 meters tall and possessing extraordinary strength, he was known as the Highland Giant. The most impressive thing about Angus is that he did not suffer from gigantism or acromegaly, but was naturally large and incredibly strong. Unlike other giants who faced serious health problems, Angus had a more active life and even traveled with the famous Barnum Circus, where he demonstrated his strength by lifting weights and objects. He is considered one of the healthiest giants in history, with an extraordinary physique that intrigued medicine. Johan Assen, born in 1890, was a giant of Norwegian origin who, as an adult, reached 2.44 meters. He emigrated to the United States, where his size impressed the communities he visited. Johan is an example of a giant who, even in times of medical hardship, managed to adapt and live a relatively normal life for his time. He was remembered as an imposing yet humble figure who was simply trying to adjust to a world that did not seem prepared for him. Rümeysa Gelgi from Turkey is currently the tallest living woman in the world, measuring 7 feet 11 inches. Unlike the giants of the past, Rümeysa is in the 21st century, where advanced medicine helps her better control her condition. She was born with a rare syndrome called Weaver syndrome, which causes accelerated growth. Rümeysa is active on social media and uses her visibility to raise awareness about the condition and the difficulties she faces. Her story is an inspiring example of how today's giants can use their experiences to educate and inspire others. Brahim Taqiullah from Morocco is one of the tallest men alive today, standing at 8 feet 11 inches. Like many other giants, Brahim was born in a remote village where access to medical care was limited. His height was the result of a medical condition that was slow to treat. He now lives in Paris, where he works as a guide for an exhibition that explores the diversity of the human body. Brahim is a giant who has found his place in the modern world, sharing his experiences and helping people understand gigantism in a unique way. If you're wondering what makes someone grow so tall, the answer often lies in genetics and medical conditions. Most cases of gigantism are due to an overproduction of growth hormone, usually due to an overactive pituitary gland. In addition, there are genetic conditions, such as Weaver syndrome, that can also cause extreme growth. Today, with modern medicine, many of these conditions can be diagnosed and treated before they lead to serious health problems. But in the past, these treatments did not exist, and giants had to learn to live with their differences and limitations. Finally, it's important to remember that giants are also part of the legends and mythologies of various cultures. The Nephilim, mentioned in the Bible, are described as giant beings who inhabited the earth in ancient times. Greek myths, with beings like the Titans, reinforce the idea of powerful giants. Did these myths arise because of real people with unusual heights? Some scholars believe so, and that figures like Edward Beaupre or Angus MacAskill may have inspired some of these stories. Giants have existed and still exist, both in the distant past and in the modern present. These extraordinary people challenge the limits of what we think is possible and remind us of how diverse and surprising the human body can be. Whether they are tragic heroes, inspiring figures, or characters from legends, giants will always have a special place in our imagination. So did you enjoy learning about these fascinating stories? So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. And if you want to continue the journey, there's an incredible video appearing on the screen right now. Click there, and we'll see you in the next one. See you later.